this kind of oily mess all around the edge of the compressor. Makes me wonder if it locked up and was wearing away at the belt some. And it will come on and try to turn, but I don't have it on because I don't trust there's a burning smell going on here, which maybe is that group that came off there, or that came from inside here. Maybe there's a seal in that compressor that gave up. That's what I got to figure out. And just to let you know, my finger isn't that close to do something. At any rate, the outside of the pulley is turning. When you kick the AC on, the inside is supposed to lock up, and it should be like little, almost like brake shoes or something that are going to throw out and grab that in order to turn the compressor. When I turn it on, I see this part circling, but I don't see the very center circling. So let's give that a try. Okay, so you can see the outside turning, the inside locked up on the compressor to turn it, but I don't see it turning the very center. What I'm thinking is all this black stuff leaking out of there is like the clutch material that's supposed to grab on and turn the whole compressor. Either the compressor's locked up and it just burns all this material away, or the material's worn its way out and it just refuses to grab it. And so I'm thinking that's all of this material that I'm seeing all around the whole compressor that has come out. Because it's not oil. It is kind of black, but based on it doesn't really have an oil. Looks like it's going to be a new compressor. I'm really bad about picking up the camera and keeping track of things I'm doing here. I think I did a little bit of a troubleshooting video that showed, this is the new compressor, but showed the old compressor and what the problem was. So I've got a whole kit, the new compressor, got a new dryer going in and a new orifice tube going in there, and then all new gaskets going in everywhere. But let's look at the old one here. This one here, my grandson was driving a truck and it made a burning smell. So when I looked at it, well, let's go back over here real quick. When I looked at it, I saw all kinds of black debris kind of sprayed around the whole area around the compressor there. So I thought, oh, that's got to be something to do with it. Then when I would activate the compressor, the magnets would kick in and grab, and then this would turn. But as you can see, this is turning separately than the compressor drive shaft. This drive shaft here for the compressor is either one, totally locked up, so this thing just wore itself out, or it's been wearing itself out because I've had intermittent hot air blowing and could never figure it out. But anyway, the material that's inside here, which is like a rubber material, supposed to connect these two together tightly, basically wore out. It was spinning, it melted the rubber, threw it all over the place. So whether this compressor is any good or not, I don't know, but this clutch section definitely is not. And it's a 20-year-old compressor. I've never changed anything on the AC except for the evaporator condenser there from some front end damage. So where I'm at right now is I've got this all mounted back up. I've got the new gaskets. I got this mounted back. And I'm getting ready to take this out. The problem that I'm having is, I mean, this comes apart okay, but inside of there, if we can zoom in, inside of there is, well, not that one, but up above it, it's even harder to see. But the tube from here goes in and then attaches over there. And it uses a little clamp, kind of like this, or that other bottom one has a clamp like this. But basically it kind of clamps that connection together. But beyond that, there is a little spring that fits in around that. And let me see if I can see that on the new one here. Yeah. So you can see on the new one, they've got this little spring that goes around it. Well, I got this kit that's used for fuel and AC line disconnects. And basically what it does is it just slides down in there, separates the spring away so that this can be pulled out. So that's where I'm at right now, and unfortunately it's really hard to do this and film it, so I'm probably not going to. I'll just maybe pick up when I get this thing out and go from there. But yeah, I think it's a 3/4 inch tubing that'll go in there. Unfortunately, it has to go like behind this fitting, which is at the very top there. I can't even keep it in focus. Very top one, so it's really hard to reach, but I'm gonna give it a shot, see if I can. And then in here somewhere is an orifice tube, which may be down in this section, or I don't know quite for sure where that's at. I gotta go figure that part out too. So at any rate, I'm back on the AC replacement, and you can see all that melted rubber that just shot out from that other compressor. That's where I'm at. Here's a little follow-up. My camera videoing is terrible. I'm not keeping up on it, but at any rate, I went and I ordered this. Just got it in a little while ago. Was able to do some evacuating in order to put the Freon in, but I noticed that there was a leak. So I vacuumed it down, closed all the valves, and well, not closed all the valves, but closed the valves going out to the vacuum line. And it wasn't long before it went back to zero, no vacuum. So I just did a different way of using compressed air, which I pumped in through here, opened up these valves. These are open already, and I pumped in air pressure till I got to 80, 100, wherever, somewhere up in there, shut the valves off, and then watched the air pressure. And slowly, over about 15 minutes, the air pressure went down. So I've been squirting soap on every fitting that I even touched and changed, and I can't find anything that really seems to be leaking. I did find some of my fittings because I put this whole thing together, but I didn't really tighten these down good. So I had some fittings up here, this one, and they were leaking, so I tightened them up, and I think that's okay. But I'm still in the same situation as far as some sort of a leak going on, and I just can't quite figure out where. So, because I'm going to probably need this truck this week, I'm going to have to probably deal without AC again for a little while until I can get some idea of where that leak would be. Doesn't make any sense to put Freon in the way it is. So I've got a new compressor, I've got a new orifice, fixed orifice tube here, I've got a new dryer, and just can't really do anything. When I first put it in, it had a little bit of Freon. I could notice that I could tell that it was getting colder, but it didn't last for very long because Freon, I guess, just leaked out. So when I opened this all up again, there was no Freon in it. So that's the story on the 2004 Dodge Durango V8 and air conditioning issues. in the video right before this, I kind of explained all the stuff I was doing. I changed out parts of the AC all over the place. I still had what seemed like a leak. I found some leaks that were in my test gauge, so I corrected those. But I still had a very slow leak, and I tried everything. I can't find any place it's leaking. So this time what I do is I put some dye in there, and I recharged it again. So if that leak is really bad, I'll probably lose that charge. But I just realized, and I didn't want to do that, but I just realized that I bought R134 with stop. I didn't want to put it in stop because I don't think I should have to. I didn't even want to put dye in there. But now it's got dye, and it's got 2 cans of Freon with R134 with stop. And right now, how's it going, Butch? Nice and cold? My dog's loving it. Super cold in there. Running great. But we'll see. Either that leak is too much and it'll still leak, or that stop leak will have taken care of whatever that was leaking. I thought maybe it was one of these, or the ones where I did that up in the back there. And let's put it down. Completely freezing tube there. What does that tell me? That's on the high side. What does that tell me? I'll have to look into that. Anyway, it's running cold. I'll probably leave the Freon in there if it doesn't hold up. But orifice tube is right in that area there, so I don't know if that relates to that tube. Anyway, we'll see how it holds up here. My 2004 Dodge Dakota AC problem.